This man was a ruthless debt collector. No matter what kind of debt, it was always repaid on time with him, because every time a creditor lent money, they would buy an accident insurance policy for the borrower. So as long as the borrower had an accident, the creditor could get a huge compensation payout. One day, a couple was about to do something intimate in this small workshop. Just as they were getting lost in each other, unexpectedly, the debt collector Kondo suddenly visited, instantly shattering their passionate moment. Though the husband was furious at the moment, wanting to teach Kondo a lesson, Kondo was also a trained tough guy. He pushed the door open with one hand, slapped the husband across the face, then delivered a hard blow to his stomach. He then operated the lathe, threatening to cut off one of the husband's arms. Seeing her husband was about to be mutilated, the wife made a desperate decision in her urgency. She pushed her husband out the door, pulled down the rolling shutter, and took off her clothes, begging only to delay the repayment by a week. The wife thought the other party would agree to her request, but she didn't know that Kondo, abandoned by his mother at birth, hated unfaithful women more than anything in life. So he whipped the wife wildly with a leather belt, and after venting his anger, he pulled up the rolling shutter, dragged the husband back in, and pressed him onto the lathe. He first stuffed a glove into the husband's mouth, then turned on the machine, and directly mangled off one of his arms. However, it was Kondo's cruel debt-collecting methods that left many families shattered, so a single mother set her sights on him. Her disabled son had only borrowed 3,000 yuan, but he hadn't read the loan agreement, causing the principal and interest to multiply tenfold in 3 months. Unable to repay the debt, he eventually chose to end his life. Thus, the mother decided to avenge her son, but what she wanted wasn't Kondo's life. It was to shatter his heart. One day, she found her enemy, and pretended to be his biological mother. At first, Kondo didn't believe her, so the woman went to Kondo's house, and started doing housework, which left Kondo confused. He directly drove her out, yet when Kondo went out to take out the trash later, he found the dagger he'd dropped at the door earlier. Kondo knew he'd made many enemies through debt collection, thinking the woman had come to take revenge, so he immediately lifted his shirt, saying she could stab him once to settle the score. Unexpectedly, the woman didn't strike, but returned the knife to him. Though Kondo appeared calm on the surface, the more the woman acted this way, the more uneasy he felt in his heart, because he knew no one would be kind to him without reason. After some time passed, Kondo finally accepted that the woman was his mother. Seeing the time was right, the woman began her plan. She first called Kondo, then banged wildly on the iron door, creating the illusion that someone was breaking in. Then, while shouting for help, she ransacked the entire house, hung up the phone, convinced his mother was being kidnapped. He ran home desperately. When he saw the messy scene, it only confirmed his guess. He then found his mother in an unfinished building. Seeing Kondo arrive, the woman began her self-directed performance. Pretending she was about to be pushed off the high building, Kondo knelt down immediately, begging not to hurt his mother. He could take her punishment instead. Yet as Kondo begged, an enemy appeared behind the woman. Ever since his own loved ones died, he'd been following the woman, hoping to make Kondo experience the pain of losing a family member. But before he could act, the woman stopped pretending and jumped down directly. The woman's death left Kondo instantly collapsed. In the end, the woman achieved her goal. She completely shattered Kondo's heart. Finally, Kondo tied himself to a car with a chain and ended his life.